know if everybody was here the last time, but anyway, I'm Delegate Buddy Fowler, 55th House District. I represent Hanover, Carolina, and Spotsylvania, and we'll go to the left here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Betsy Carr. I have the privilege of serving the 69th District in the House, which includes Richmond, mostly the southern portion. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Dawn Adams. I'm a delegate for the 68th District, Richmond City, Northern Chesterfield, and parts of Enright.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm Delegate Clinton Jenkins. I represent the 76th District, which is Suffolk, and a small part of Chesapeake.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Will Moorfield. I represent the majority of the coal fields in Southwest Virginia.
Mr. Chairman, I'm Delegate Wendell Walker, 23rd District, and that's part of Amherst, Lynchburg, and Bedford County.
Good afternoon, Delegate Runyon from the 25th District, and I represent Southern Rockingham, Northern Augusta, and Western Albemarle.
Jay Leftwich, I represent the 78th House District, which is now the 90th, and is wholly contained within the City of Chesapeake, and I'm sitting in as an ex officio member of the subcommittee.
All right, thank you. Now at this time we'll introduce our committee staff, starting with our clerk.
I'm George Kane, the clerk for general laws.
I'm Jordan Suratan. I'm with the committee operations.
I'm Ashley Benz, DLS attorney.
I'm Rebecca Schultz. I'm also DLS attorney.
All right, now thank you. And I guess, folks, I guess we're around for the last meeting, so we kind of know the rules about, the speaking. And again, we like to, of course, we're not really as busy as we're going to get, but normally we like each member maybe to be as succinct as possible. And if you have multiple people that want to speak about the same subject, I think you don't have to, plow a field more than one time. And then, of course, folks that are in the queue, I'm not sure if we have any yet, but I guess they heard me. And so anyway, Mr. Clerk, if it's okay, I guess we can get started with some, we got to do some housekeeping here first. And the first things, we have numerous bills that we need to go by for the day. And so I think we can take those all up in a block, I believe. Okay. So the patrons have all asked for these bills to go by today. So it's Delegate Webert's House Bill 208, Delegate Robinson's House Bill 215, Delegate Coiner's House Bill 227, Delegate Webert's House Bill 244, Delegate Freitas's House Bill 326. And that's it.
That's all.
Right. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor of the buy for the day, say aye.
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Right now we have, and a couple of patrons have asked to have the bill stricken. And so, starting off with House Bill 155, Delegate March.
347.
And House Bill 347, Delegate Freitas. And we can do this in block, and that's a recorded vote. So all that's in favor of striking the House Bill 155 and House Bill 347 will indicate their vote on the voting machine. This thing is, come on, you.
Is it not taken?
Sometimes if you click outside of the window, and then try to open it.
Click outside of the window. It's, nah, I'm not getting it. There we go.
There it goes.
Ta-da.
Okay.
All right. Clerk will close the roll. The vote is 7-0 to strike House Bill 155. House Bill 347 is passed by a vote of 7-0. Okay. Excuse me, first bill up, Delegate Corner, House Bill 284.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before you today, House Bill 284 deals with credit courses for appraisers in the Commonwealth. Today, appraisers are required, like many of our other professional licenses, to take a certain number of courses in continuing education. I'm not adding to that number. Our bill simply provides that 2 of those already required hours shall be in fair housing. We have seen throughout the course of the past few years stories on bias and appraisals, and we are hopeful that this legislation, like we have similar required credit courses for our real estate license holders, will help provide additional protections for protected classes in the Commonwealth. Be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
All right, thank you. Does any of the members have any questions for the patron? Just having a brief time out here with technical difficulties.
There's someone trying to get in to testify in the virtual area that says they can't get in. Home of Virginia.
You ready, George? Yeah. I've got, want to handle do we have online first, or? I guess we'll go online. Do in the room first. Okay. Delegate Jenkins.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Question for the patron. Would this course requirement be an addition to the current requirement, or will it be a substitute for something that's already required?
Mr. Chairman, so there are currently a certain number of required courses, and then appraisers in Virginia can choose from 21 optional courses. None are required. This would require, of those choices, 2 of those be in fair housing.
Delegate Jenkins.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No further questions.
All right. All right, thank you. Any other questions from the committee? All right. All right, we'll go to the queue.
Mr. Chairman, I have one person to speak virtually.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have Mr. Brian Moorfield from Housing Opportunities Made Equal of Virginia.
Thank you. Mr. Moorfield, are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Moorfield, you have the floor.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the subcommittee. Thank you for the opportunity to comment virtually. My name is Brian Moorfield. I work for Housing Opportunities Made Equal of Virginia as the Director of Research and Policy. Our mission is to ensure equal access to housing for all Virginians. We encourage you to support HB 284, which adds fair housing training to continuing education requirements for real estate appraisers. Fair housing describes the freedom to obtain a home and benefit from it without discrimination. The Virginia Fair Housing Law prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, skin color, religion, national origin, sex, elderliness, familial status, source of funds, sexual orientation, gender identity, military status, and disability. When any of these characteristics biases the appraisal of a home, it is discrimination, it is illegal, and it is harmful. Bias in home appraisals is a particular concern with respect to race. Homes in majority black neighborhoods are appraised at values 23% below comparable homes in majority white neighborhoods, according to a nationwide study published by the Brookings Institute in 2018. The study's authors estimate an average loss of $48,000 per home in majority black neighborhoods. Analysis published last September by Freddie Mac also found significant racial disparities in home appraisals nationwide. Their analysis noted that a large proportion of appraisers underappraised black homes more often than white homes to a statistically significant extent. Such underappraisals are harmful because they hinder the generation and transmission of wealth by the homeowners, as well as their ability to access credit through home equity. This month, the National Fair Housing Alliance released one of the most comprehensive studies of the appraisal gap to date. One of their key recommendations for closing this gap was to require fair housing training for appraisers, which HB 284 accomplishes. Every Virginia homeowner deserves an accurate appraisal based on the quality of their home rather than their race or other legally protected characteristics. HB 284 will make fair housing training a required subject in continuing education for appraisers. This training will ensure that appraisers understand their responsibilities under fair housing law. It will better equip them to recognize and address potential biases, and it will also remind them of the costs to households and communities if they fail to do so. 2 hours of required training for appraisers is a reasonable step in protecting Virginia homeowners and the fairness of our real estate markets. And so I urge you to support SB 284. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moorfield. I believe we have one more. Is it Mr.?
They're not there.
No one else? All righty. Okay, so that includes, so that's anybody, we move on motions.
Move to report, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All right, is there any further discussion on the bill? All right, members shall cast their vote. Thank you. And the bill reports vote 7-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. Their next bill is House Bill 303, and I do not see Delegate Freitas. All right.
Next two.
Let's see, the next one is,
It's Freitas.
yep, that one went by.
326.
347.
Oh, yeah, well,
I thought it was
347 was-
329. I'm
at
sorry.
329, that's also, but,
Can you locate him, Jordan?
and that's it. So those got those two, right? That's,
So I would go Eddie.
committee will go at ease momentarily. Meeting, General Laws Subcommittee 1 will come to order. Delegate, you have a motion?
Yes, sir. Move that House Bill 329 go by for the day, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
And 303.
And there's one more bill, 303. You want to make those motion in a block? Do a block vote?
Yes.
Two bills.
Two bills, House Bill, or there's a motion that we go by for the day on House Bill 303 and House Bill 329.
Mr. Chairman,
Any discussion?
speaking to the motion.
Yep.
So I would just caution the committee and maybe have the members here send a message to their respective caucuses that I expect the General Laws Committee is going to be handling quite a bit of legislation, and if we keep passing bills by and patrons aren't here, they're probably going to be a good chance will be thrown at the end of the session, which could cause them to die for lack of the committee acting on them. So if we could just send that message out to everybody.
Message received, Mr. Chairman. That's a voice vote. Yep. All those in favor of the two bills going by for the day, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Those two bills are by for the day. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.